Shanice, your boobs are out. Stevie Wonder would be looking. Hey guys, if this is your first time here, I am Poe Theory. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Let's get into this very infuriating episode of Martha's Vineyard Summer House. Alright, so the episode opens up with Simon and Bria still at the party, going back and forth. She's upset about the flamingo suit. I agree with Bria. You are a visitor, so however I tell you to behave, that is how you should behave. Even if you disagree with me, this is my party. You are my guest. If I'm telling you this is how you should behave, this is how you should behave. Also, too, it just wasn't a vibe. We're swag surfing and you're over here doing very things. It's just not the place or time. Amir comes in and it's like, for me, there's nothing worse than going through something or arguing with someone and the person that tries to mediate it is just as drunk as you. So he's all in your face, like, no, you need to listen, and touching you. You do that to the wrong person, that could be a problem. So, Amir, you just need to back up. Go away from me with this. Amir, you might need to go find your girl because she's about to be causing problems in this house. If she watches this review, it won't be good for her. So they argue some more. They're still very upset with each other. We cut to a scene with Amir and Natalie, and Amir was just about to hop in that bed as if he wasn't out dancing and swag surfing all sweaty. She's like, dude, can you please hop in the shower? There's nothing more unattractive than someone that is outside all day and will sit on your bed with their outside clothes. Like, what? Okay. Fast forward to Bria calling her mom, basically saying that she has Simon's card information and she's going to book him a hotel. I had to check the caption, like when they say who they're talking to when they're on the phone, because her mom sounded so young. I was like, who is this lady? And I was like, okay, this can't be her mother. But then I was like, okay, well, I guess it is her mom. Because her mom was actually like, hey, he did come all the way from Germany. Don't do the man like that. It's only one more day. Like, relax. And I did kind of feel like she was like overdoing it, but as the episode goes on, I then started to understand why she was behaving the way she behaved. And dare I say it, I'm about to agree with Bria. Oh God. So now we're at the scene outside where it's Shanice, Bria, Natalie, and I'm missing someone. Oh, and Noelle. And Nick and Tasia become the conversation. And the first thing that comes out of her mouth, out of Natalie's mouth, is that, Tasia was upstairs and Nick was downstairs. And, like he was trying to get into something. First of all, last time I checked, Nick was hosting that party. So, yeah, his girlfriend may be upstairs. But if he's the host of the party, he can't just leave with her. Fortunately for Nick, he has a girlfriend that doesn't need to be tethered to him like you need to be with Amir. Natalie, I need you to mind your business. I really need you to mind your business. Like, stay out of folks' business. Because your relationship, it's always the girls that are insecure. And when I say the girls can mean a guy or a girl. So I'm not speaking just about women. I'm speaking, when I say the girls, I mean society as a whole. Men, women, children, everybody. A dog is a girl for me. It's always the girls that are in relationships that are full of insecurity that love throwing that insecurity onto others' relationships. If Tasia felt like she could not trust Nick, she would have never went upstairs. You won't even allow Amir to say, was that Jordan? Was that Jordan? And you about to have a whole fucking heart attack. Noelle jumps into the conversation, and even though what she said was not wild, I just feel like in the essence of that conversation, anything that you add on just comes off looking like you're dogpiling Nick. So I was very nervous for my fave, and maybe I'm being a little biased because she is my fave on the show, that I'm willing to give her a little bit more rope. Because what she did say, she was like, if you, like, I have certain rules for my man. Like, if you're dating me, then, like, if you're in a photo with a woman, like, don't put your arm down by her chest, different things like that. And I can get that. But I think there's a time and a place for a conversation. So even though that may be true and a lot of people may believe that, I don't think that particular type of conversation is the time to bring that up or add that in there. It's the day of the bike ride. Everyone's getting ready. Apparently, Tasia was not informed about the bike ride, so she didn't have any clothing. And basically, Nick was like, "Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We'll just do something else while they're bike riding." By the way they looked when they came outside in that red, just Michelle and Barack, like they just looked amazing. The coordination, it's how can I say it? Getting to know Nick for these 2 seasons. Let's say if I had just met Tasia this episode, it's like it's spot on the type of woman Tasia is for Nick. It's just spot on. Did y'all catch that when Shanice was like, "Is that what they're wearing to bike riding?" They're such a weird couple. Shanice, you're single, and last time I checked, you were registered as a stalker. Relax. So then now we're back to Bria and Simon. The conversation leads to her experience as being Simon's girlfriend in Germany. And I must say, y'all, I was extremely triggered by this conversation. Just a little bit of background on me. I am recently out of a very long-term relationship. My ex-partner and I were living in Long Island. He is born and raised in Long Island. He had predominantly white friends growing up, not many black people. He also is and was a police officer, and a lot of his friends are police officers. Now, I am an extremely pro-black man, and my ex is a black man as well, but just not. I'm gonna just put it this way: he's not like me, or like power to the people, I should say. And when she spoke about like not being protected and him not picking up on certain things, I could relate to that on such a level. Long Island is a very conservative white area. It's extremely segregated. There are literally like black neighborhoods and white neighborhoods. I even got the sense that like that the black folks on Long Island were afraid of the white folks, or like, just didn't want to ruffle the feathers. And me, coming from the South and growing up in places that had such a huge black population, I ain't come from that. So anytime I felt like some energy, I'm going to respond. And so a lot of times his response to me about that would always be like as if I was a problem. And it's like, you don't see what these people are doing, but he's not going to see it because he grew up around it, and he doesn't understand that that's messed up. They should not be saying those things to you. Not only they shouldn't be saying it to me, but they shouldn't be saying it to you, and you should be recognizing that that's not okay. And that it was such a hard thing for us to get past in our relationship. We eventually did get past it, but it was really rough. And so I could just agree with Bria. And then also when she said, like, I'm in Germany by myself, I was on Long Island by myself. I didn't have any friends. I didn't have any family. I only had access to his people. So if me and him beefed, if we got upset, then guess what he can do? He can go leave and go hang out with his friends. And I'm just like sitting in the house looking stupid. But neither here nor there. But I really felt for Bria in that moment. Really did feel for Bria. So fast forward, we get to the brunch after the bike ride, and Nick and Tasia are there looking fine as ever in their red. And Amir is like really, really sick. And I love Preston when he was in his confessional, when he was talking about like how black folks will literally like, you got a sprained ankle, get a ginger ale. You got a hangnail, get a ginger ale. You depressed, get a ginger ale. And if it doesn't have that bite, then it wasn't a good ginger ale. That's why you're still sick. So Natalie decides this is the time that I need to pull Tasia to the side and let her know what's going on. Never in my life have I seen such an inartful pull away from the group situation. Like, you can tell that producer's like, hey, Natalie, do it now. Now. She did it in front of Nick. She didn't have the right words to say. Like, it was just like, girl, what are you doing? It was so awkward. But let me tell you something. Miss Tasia, she was with the shit. She said, no, I'm okay. I'm about to leave. I mean, what's the point of us doing this now? And then, so when the camera panned away, you can see Tasia going like, what's that about? And what I loved about that is that Nick and Tasia were a united front. She didn't do what a lot of people would do in that situation, which would be one, take the bait and go have that conversation. And then whatever came from that conversation, start going crazy at Nick. They were a united front, and she wasn't going to give it to them. She was not going to give it for the cameras. So then Natalie walks away like, oh, she doesn't want to have the conversation. Y'all, this episode had me on like Potomac level pissed. Like, yeah. I can't, when I tell you I can't love Tasia more, like, she is, get rid of Shanice, because I can't, we about to get into Shanice, but get rid of Shanice and bring Tasia on. I'd rather have someone like that. I think Nick texts Natalie's phone or either Amir's phone. I'm not sure how that worked, but Natalie was texting Nick and basically was saying like, yo, what's going on? What did you want to tell her? And she lets him know that these girls feels like he's handsy. So Nick is like, what in the world? I'm not even cool with these girls like that. Like, I can understand Summer and Jordan because those are my girls. So, like, I may be a little bit more comfortable with them. It's not nefarious. I'm just more comfortable with them. So I can kind of see that and I can, move accordingly. But these girls, I would never. So they have an impromptu meeting. The girls show up one by one. And the first girl that gets it, which makes me so sad, is Noelle. But let's be clear. All's fair. Nick came in hard. He's like, yo, I understand that you want to feel included, but to say that I am being handsy and making you feel uncomfortable, Noelle was like, I didn't say that. And once she explained what she actually said, Nick was like, my bad, you right. I shouldn't have said that. So Noelle gets in a confessional, and basically she's trying to blame Natalie, like, why would you even bring this back? This was supposed to be girl talk. And I'm like, girl, how is this girl talk? It's on camera, bro. And I'm happy. I'm actually happy that Natalie was as messy as she was, because had Nick not known and he had to watch this back and then he could only defend himself at the reunion, it would have not been good. And then Noelle says this thing that, as a true crime watcher, it really bothers me. I read this book by Malcolm Gladwell, and it's called Talking to Strangers. And it basically talks about like how, as a society, we have a unified way of how someone should behave in certain instances. So if you find out that your spouse was unalived, if you are a stoic person or someone that is not as expressive when it comes to being emotional, then 9 times out of 10, the people gonna think you did it. And then also too, it could go the other way. Oh, you were too expressive. It was just felt like you were acting, like that's what made me think you did it. And so when Noelle said, I mean, clearly you feel like you're wrong because, like, why would you be so hyped? That bothers me so bad when people say that. You're lying on me. Of course I'm going to be upset. Like, what am I supposed to be like? Yeah, you're lying on me. No big deal. I mean, it's only my career and my reputation and possibly me losing my girlfriend. Like, Nick has the benefit of this being on tape. So therefore, he does have a leg up for us, the world, to basically say like, nah, I think they doing too much. Had it been like real life, where there aren't cameras around, he would have had to defend himself to the fullest, and a lot of people would not have believed him. So Noelle goes and gets Shanice. Shanice comes downstairs, and he basically checks her, like, so you said I got handsy with you? And she was like, no, I never said handsy, but like, I do feel like you get very looky, like you're always looking. And he's like, so looking is the same thing as hands now. And the way he was eating her up, she had nothing to say. Shanice has become Shanice has probably become my least favorite person on this show. Like, I want her to go. Because, how can I say this without coming off wrong? I'm going to put it this way. I can tell her dad is black. Take from that what you will. You are walking around here with your titties out all the time, and you expect a grown heterosexual man not to look? I'm gay and I'm going to look. Like, what? Why do you lift your top up if you don't want someone to look? Like, that is just crazy to me. And Nick, I wanted to check, like, is he a lawyer? Because he was eating the girls up. And then Bria comes downstairs, and then I'm back to disliking Bria again. He's basically like, hey, you said I was being handsy. She was like, I never said that. But I do feel like you get flirted. He's like, well, that's a new one. I've never flirted with you. And they production flashback, and I don't know if y'all can kind of tell. I don't know if it's because they really just did not have anything to pin Nick on for being handsy or flirty. But every single flashback that they gave just proved to show that Nick was not the problem. Nick did nothing wrong. And so, of course, when anyone is backed into a corner and feeling stupid, well, watch your tone. Watch your tone. No. Let's get to the substance. I can't stand when I am, because when I go there, when I am debating someone, when the goal is to shut you down and to make sure that we are coming to an agreement. When people are losing a verbal joust, the first thing they go to is how you're saying it. Watch your tone. Stop yelling. No, we're not. No. We're not going to police my tone. We're going to police the substance of this conversation. He was eating them up. And then we got a to be continued. All right, y'all. If y'all like this video, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Y'all, please comment below because I need to talk more about this. I don't have a lot of friends that watch this show. So please comment so we can talk about it. All right. Peace.